Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black Strat Time Report. Friday coming into the weekend, finishing off the week, and we got our SPY going into outside day to the upside, trying to go to the highs here. And you can remember that inside bar on the inside week, slightly poking up on that. So just stay firm here, and you can see they chopped them up a little bit. And here had our inside 60. This bar was inside of that, inside 60 to the upside, and still trying to move higher. If we go to QQQ, and Q's a little bit weaker on that. You can see that 60 does poke up, hit magnitude, because you had an inside bar of this, and then when you take that out, magnitude is just to take this out, the high of this, which it did, and then it stalls out. Now we got a new 60 to see if they keep driving higher on the Q's, because we got our inside weak to the upside continuation 212 working. A lot of those big boys doing a lot of the heavy lifting. We'll get to that in just a second. Go to the Dow Jones Diamonds. Not so fortunate, and we've known about this weakness for a while. Inside on the 60 right now. We'll see what comes of that. It's also red on the month now after doing this reversal on the weekly. 2 up, 2 down on the week, and we've known about that. And remember, we talked about this earlier in the week. This thing right here, slight higher high, shooter, boom, back through previous range. These become an outside bar of all that. So the diamond's still lagging here big time. If we go to small caps, and small cappers also 2-2 reversal on the week. 2 up, 2 down. Still green on the month, but you can see that we have that reversal. Pokes down a little bit, slightly green on the day, not doing too much. If you go to 60, you're going to see this. Potential rev strat. Inside bar, slight poke down, and now coming back up. These two are completely in the opening range right now, but we'll see if this works out at all. If we go to, SPY going to the highs right now. If we go to MU. Boom. MU. And MU on the monthly here. The inside bar, the poke down, the 122 rev strat back through previous range. You also have this outside month. Now we've taken that out. These two are an outside bar of this stuff here. We'll see if that can continue. Nice move here. If you go down to like a 15-minute, you're going to see how you can get in on this in the morning. You got this bums rush here, right? 2 up. 2 down, stop out the tight stops. You're in right here as soon as it takes that out, and off she goes. MU having a nice day. If you go to LRCX, you can see the same thing. Inside month, poke down, boom, coming back to a previous range, and off she goes here. And you can see on the daily, just pokes down a little bit on this yesterday. 2 down, 2 up reversal back through the previous range and into the recent highs, but you got more highs to go after in here. If LRCX wants to keep going with the MU, NVIDIA holds its gap and not totally running here, but you can see here's how you get in on something like this. See this range? Here, 2 down, 2 up on the 15, and off she goes. I believe she also had a 30 right here. See that? Here's my support level. Is it? Boom, gone. 2-2. Off she goes, and if that works, gives you the inside 60 to the upside with the Qs. If we go to Amazon, like I said, some of these big boys still pulling their weight. And Amazon just stalling out a little bit here, but you got that 2 down, 2 up month going after the all-time highs. And so we'll see how that sets up. If we go to Apple, and Apple, more new highs. It's already hit its magnitude. The rev strat 1, 2 down, boom, hit magnitude by going into the highs, and so we'll see what more comes of that. If we go to BMRN, and BMRN, rev strat week, 1 bar, inside bar, pokes down, changes continuity right here. Boom, off she goes, because if that works, that reconfirms this on the month. 2 down, 2 up reversal, and a nice little run here. We'll see if that sets up again. If we go to Homebuilders, XHB, going into the highs here and having a nice run. ITB as well. Here, as you can see that, slight poke down, 2-2 reversal month back up. We've been watching LGIH. And LGIH, nice little week you got there, Robbie. Outside week 3, 1, 2, still looking to take this high out. All right, outside month. And you just go down the line. You got Toll Brothers here, slight lower low, 2 down, 2 up month. DHI, 2 down, 2 up. KBH, 2 down, 2 up. So nice little day here, nice little week actually, and month. Also the Home Depot in there, and Home Depot's still going off the inside week, off the earnings, still no lower low on the daily. If we go to Shopee, it's more exhaustion risk by going the highs, but Shop having another nice day, and once again you see that 2 down by taking out the lows, 2 up reversal month, and now we'll see Shop comes in just a tad here to stop them out a little bit. We'll see if we get another setup there. If we go to Facebook inside week to the upside, all right? And what that does is it gets that 2 back on the month, 2 down, 2 up. So you just wait for the corrective activity. You see on the daily, this was an outside bar. There's a broadening formation on a shorter time frame. So when this 2 down, 2 up triggers, we're looking to take this thing out at least, because now you've got your weekly and your monthly signals back in there. Right now, bringing it in a little bit on a 2260. We'll see if that sets up again. If we go to ECL, and ECL having a nice little day on that. Let it pull back. 2-2 reversal day. 2 down, 2 up, coming back through that range. If that works, it reconfirms the inside month to the upside. Having a nice little run here is ECL. If we go to Sava, MU goes to the highs. Semi's going to the highs. And Sava, inside day after a gap, right? 2-1-2 reversal, and that was real nice. Over 51.42, nice 4-bucker. Not sure it's going to make it, but you can see this inside week drops in to see if you can get the rev strat weaker, but you got some distance to go on that. We'll see. If we go to Solars, FSLR, and FSLR still right on the month, but you have your inside day, your poke down, boom, rev strat 1, 2, 2, right? And if that works, potentially you set up the hammer weaker, but we'll see. If you go to ENPH, and ENPH just going into the recent highs, but having a nice little day here, so we'll see how those guys do. If we go to SI, and some Bitkerners and SI once again here, you're going to see this. The outside day by taking out both sides, the 2 down, the 3-2-2, and it takes up into here. Still an inside week, but setting up the inside hammer for the week, so we'll see how that goes with all the Bitcoins like Coinbase. Still an inside day, looking for an inside week. We'll see what that does with Bitcoin next week. If we go to Adobe, and Adobe had a nice opening hour, just kind of stuck in here. You're in exhaustion risk by going to the highs once again. 2 down, 2 up, takes it into the highs. Then the inside week to the upside, so a little bit of exhaustion risk, and this is what it looks like when you go into exhaustion risk, but we'll see if there's anything to go on that. If we go to NVAX not totally screaming here, but does take the inside week to the upside, but these two are still an inside week of this, right? But if it keeps chugging next week, looking for that 2-2 reversal on the month over 192.40, you're there right now. 2 down, 2 back up, NVAX. If we go to BNTX over there, also has that inside week to the upside and going towards the highs after a little bit of an inside 60 to the upside. And as we get close to the end of the month, we'll start looking at the months. So you can see here, if the month was to close out now, we'd be closer to a 2 down, 2 up month. But we got some time on this month. If we go to LCID, and once again, nice little day, and all you have to do is wait for the signal. 2 down, because remember we had the 2 up, then the 2 down reversal downside yesterday. Now, 2 down, 2 back up. And the important thing about that is you're still green on the week and the month. And so anytime this 60 was green and the daily, you got full time frame continuity back to the upside. There was a nice signal here above 49.67. And that tells us, going to look at the ribbon. And the ribbon just tries to poke up a little. It had some more distance to go, but we'll see if that can pick up with that with the Lucid. Go to W. And W on the 60, you're going to see this. Inside, then down. Potential rev strat on the 60, like here on the month. Inside, poke down, back through. Inside, weaken up. And then here on the daily, you're going to see this. The inside day, the poke down, boom, 122 rev strat to take all these guys out. Just kind of stalls out here a little bit. We'll see. Market backing off just a tad here. As I speak, you can see the SPY. Just backing off a tad off the highs. Oh boy, PayPal going to the lows. Kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? And one thing about PayPal, here, this is where you wanted it. Poke above the previous range, and then boom, 2-2 reversal back through previous range. That's going to turn everything back red. We're looking to take out this side. Did. Sometimes it gets worse. And then you can see, wait for what? Trying to get them out, 15er. Inside bar, poke up, boom, rev strat to take all these guys out. They're done. If you go to, well, crude having a rough one here. And crude inside day to the downside, you see O, right? The 2 down, the 2 up weak, boom, 2-2 back down. So having some problems, and that gets a bunch of that gang going. Emerald Hess having a tough one. You've got an Emerald Hess. Now that's a 2-2 reversal month now. Exxon, still potential 3-monther, but you can see gap and just kind of sit down. And certainly refiners, PSX having problems. All sorts of problems off the inside week, going after the last month's low. So keep an eye on some of those refiners as well. If we go to Boeing, rough one, right? Rough one, outside week, and just having a real rough morning here coming in. If you go to 60, still puking. How about a 15er? What do you got in there? 30? 30. Slight higher high on that, which makes this a rev strat 30. But you can see these two here, 30s are completely in that range. It's called a sideways 60. If my chart updated at the top of the hour, that would be an inside bar. Take it down a little bit. Also losing some healthcare here. UNH and inside weak to the downside, I believe. There's a slight up, 2 up, 2 down, shooter back down, and that causes red on the month. Everything red there, that's a problem, and that tells us to look at ANTM. Having a rough one here, taking out last week's lows, and we'll see how that goes. If it sets up again now, trying to 2-2 back up, but we'll see. Humana, not to a lesser extent, and we just did that. Okay. Also in the Dow, still having problems. IBM, not totally getting killed today, but you can see these Dow problems are real, and that's when you see the weakness in the Dow. You know to go rocking through there. If you go to Okta, rough day here too. Outside day, highs and lows taken out. That means this buying was rejected, and boom, back to the previous range. Stop them, stop them, stop them all through here, which gives you the outside weak. And how's your 60 there? Inside 60 down. 2-1-2 continuation. If you go to AI, AI still puking. And this thing has all sorts of trouble. And here you can see that 2 up weak, 2 down reversal. Boom, back to the previous range. It just gets clobbered. Now just kind of sitting here, wallowing in its suffering. If we go to Robinhood, and Robinhood still miserable, starting to come back here on the 60, but still taking out those lows. Still having some problems over in China. Baba still puking off the inside weak gap. Baidu still having problems taking out yesterday's low, so China still weak. You go to DoorDash, outside day, and you can see on the 60-minute basis, once it gaps up into here, you can see this 60-minute is a 2 up. Then right here, 2 up, 2 down reversal, and boom, down she goes. And for next week, you had an outside week here. Now 2 up, but back into the range. So we can look for that 322 to come down and take this out. So DoorDash on the watch. UPST also having a rough one here, and you can see in the monthly the 2-2 reversal. 2 up by taking out the previous high. Boom, 2 down, and down she goes. If we go to one more, we'll go to BGFV. How the mighty have fallen. Ow. Here you can see the 2 up by taking out the high day. 2-2 reversal. Here, still no higher high on that. And if that works, 2 up by taking out the previous high weekend. 2-2 down and coming back down. It was an inside month. Hit all its magnitude, now coming all the way back, but potentially RevStrat to really crush this thing next month. We'll see. All right, that's going to do it for this week. I hope everybody had a great week and has an even better weekend. I'm Rob Smith. This is Smith of the Black. Strat Time Report.